Welcome to the season of self-love, your daily dose of inspiration and encouragement. I'm your host, Nyomi, and I am thrilled to be here with you today. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery. Are you ready to elevate your mindset and embrace the power of self-love? Or have you come to the right place? Each day we'll dive into topics that will empower and inspire you on your journey towards self-discovery and personal growth. Whether you're looking to cultivate healthy relationships, boost your confidence, or find balance in your life, this podcast is here to support your every step of the way. We believe that self-love is the foundation of living a fulfilled and joyful life. And together we explore practical tips, insightful interviews, and transformative stories that will leave you feeling inspired and motivated. So join me Monday through Friday as we embark on this daily adventure of self-love. Tune into the Season of Self-Love podcast to start your day on a positive note and discover the limitless potential within yourself. Today is Friday. Season of Self-Love podcast. I'm your host, Nyomi, and today we are diving into a topic that is both nourishing and transformative. And we're talking about the affirmation that I am mindfully nourish my body with foods that energize and sustain me. So as we find ourselves in the blooming month of April, it's the perfect time to align our self-love journey with affirmations that nurture our body, our mind, and our spirit. And today we explore the power of mindful eating as a cornerstone of self-care and overall well-being. See, at the beginning of this month, April 1st, I started a 21-day challenge. And in that 21-day challenge is that I was eating no meat, no dairy, and no sugar. That it was a vegan diet that I'm doing, and I'm now on day 12. Has it been very challenging? Yes, it has. But I'm excited to see how my body truly reacts to it. So in my process, I've been able to create new dishes when it comes to the different vegetables. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. But let's do this. Let's take a quick break and come back. And then we come back, we get in more in detail with this affirmation, all right? It's Security Goddess Nyomi here on this Season of Self-Love podcast. And we'll be right back. Hey, it's your girl, the Goddess Nyomi, and make sure you tune in every Thursday night to Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast, where we talk about everything from love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more. We're bridging the gap between them all, and we even talk about spiritual uplifting. You need to stop by me and Dr. Mike, as well as the BTG crew. We have some amazing guests that come through. You never know. Just make sure you tune in Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to axnyomi.com and tell them Nyomi sent you.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
All right, welcome back. It's your girl, the Goddess Nyomi here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today we're talking about nourishing your body, mindful eating for self-care and sustenance. And we're talking about the affirmation, I'm mindfully nourishing my body with foods that energize and sustain me. But before we get into this topic, let's start with the grounding breathing exercise. So I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with fresh air. Now hold it. Now exhale slowly, releasing any stress or tension. So let's do this 2 more times, allowing ourselves to be fully present in this moment. Yes. Inhale deeply, envisioning the nourishing power of healthy foods entering your body. I want you to feel the energy and vitality that they provide you I want you to hold the breath. Now exhale, letting go of any negative or toxin within you. Now I want you to breathe again, focusing on the vibrant colors and the nutrients of wholesome foods that sustain you. I want you to hold this breath for a moment, absorbing their nourishing benefits. Now I want you to exhale, releasing any doubts about your ability to care for your body. Now as you inhale once more, I want you to picture yourself surrounded by an abundance of nature's bounty. Hold your breath, allowing this gratitude to fill your being. Now exhale, letting go of any worries about food choices. Now I want you to take a final deep breath in, affirming your commitment to mindfully nourishing your body with foods that energize and sustain you. I want you to hold this breath, embracing the power of this intention. And when you exhale fully, feeling a sense of calm and empowerment. Now gently open your eyes, returning to the present moment with a renewed focus on nourishing your body with foods that support your well-being. So I want you to carry this intention with you throughout your day, and I want you to remember that each breath is an opportunity to nourish your body and mind. And if you are new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, this is something that we do every Monday through Friday, is that we start off the show with a guided breathing or guided meditation to help to ground us and prepare us for today's topic in hand. And today we're talking about the affirmation of, I mindfully nourish my body with foods that energize and sustain me. Now, mindful nourishment comes beyond just what we eat. It goes beyond just what we eat. It encompasses how we eat and the intention behind our food choices. So choosing foods that energize and sustain us is an act of self-love and respect of our bodies. So when I had shared with you all that I had started my 21-day no meat, no dairy, no sugar diet, that's because I'm slowly, gradually going into where I will be eating less meat, more of just fish. I don't eat poultry anyway. I haven't eaten chicken, poultry, turkey, or anything in about, maybe it'll be 3 years. In July of this year, it'll be 3 years. But also of finding more things that is created in the earth, that we are able to, grow ourselves, that is a more healthier being for me. And if you all have been listening to my podcast for the past few months, or even look at some of my social medias, that my mom has been diagnosed with her early set of on-site dementia, and they had wanted to put her through this trial based with medication and drugs and stuff like that. And she said she didn't want to do it. She did not want to do it because overall she's healthy. She doesn't have she's 72 years old. She'll be 73 this year. She has no high blood pressure. She's diabetic, nothing. She has nothing wrong with her. She's healthy, overall healthy. And watching my dad be on so many medications, she kind of saw it kind of deteriorated his body. And so that's something that she didn't want to do. So, her and I sat and we talked about it. And I said, well, you know what, Mom? I said, this means we're going to have to do a lifestyle change. She wasn't too happy about that. But I said, if we're not going to do this medication and try to figure out how we can either slow it down or, possibly reverse it, because I heard some things about there was a doctor out there that was actually found ways that they can reverse dementia. And I also been looking at a lot of videos on TikTok and YouTube and just everywhere, about the different foods that we eat kind of contribute to, a lot of our illness. And so I do have a Dr. Sebi book that I bought a couple of years back, as well as I had some friends that sent me, some other books. And then my sister bought, Mediterranean diet type of books, because that's actually what the doctor told her to do, told me, to kind of have her on that, that type of diet. So in this process of me doing this, I said, well, let me do it first. Let me challenge myself and do it. So as I'm cooking, my food, my dishes, I'll take it up to her And I'll say, Mama, try this. And she said, well, what's this? I said, just try it. Tell me what it tastes like. And she'll, taste each one of them. And she'd say, well, this tastes like chicken. You don't eat chicken. What's this? I said, no, it's not chicken, but it's seasoned like chicken. And, so it's been fun for me to create these different dishes or even look at these, a lot of these people that's making these very savory vegan dish. And I'm excited about it. So I know we had talked about mindful eating. We talked a little bit about it last month, and we talked about it in November. But for me, it hits a little bit stronger now, because as I say, I'm living through dementia. My mother's living with dementia, but I'm living through dementia. And that process is that I now have to be very mindful of certain things that I indulge in or put into my in my temple, into my body. And so when I thought about this affirmation and I thought about bringing it to the podcast, I said, how can we make this different? How can we do this differently than we had with the other ones? And I guess because this one hits closer home to me than the other time. Then I said, well, Nyomi, it was just last month that you did, a topic on eating. But I did it more from a physical aspect, more of me losing weight, to where now with different foods and different things is more meaningful to me, or making it to where more of a purpose. And so now when I think about eating things, it's more purposeful now, if that makes sense. What's in this food that I'm eating right now will help to strengthen my brain muscle. How with this food that I'm eating will help strengthen or speed up my metabolism. This food that I'm eating right now, how would it allow me to have more energy? You understand what I'm saying? So before, I ate out of pleasure. Not that I won't be eating out of pleasure now, but it's like really now I have to be more aware and understanding of what I put in my body. Because my thing is, I'm eating for prevention now. Ooh, did I just say that? Yes, I did say that. Yes, I'm eating for prevention. Yeah. Of a lot of things. My dad died from diabetes. He was a diabetic. My grandmother died. She had diabetic too, but she had dementia. My other grandmother, my father's mother, died from cancer. Several people on my dad's side died from cancer. My grandfather, he died from diabetes. And so when you see a lot of videos that, come up about what we eat, how a lot of they cause this certain illness and disease from the chemicals that has been put in our food and stuff like that. I've now growing a garden in my backyard. Something that I had been debating about for years, because my whole thing was I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't want a lot of bugs or nothing back there because I have a beautiful pool back there that we paid almost $100,000 for. And I was just all about the aesthetic of the backyard, being an oasis. But I'm blessed to have some very beautiful, loyal people around me, and help send me a nice what is it called, a garden bed rise, and I picked out the color to kind of coordinate with the colors, my backyard, the colors of my backyard. And so I'm now creating that space back there so where I can go back there, and as well as my mother when she does feel like, so we can kind of grow our own vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm going more on the vegan side of things to where it's more healthy, where I'm thinking more about how is it plenishing my body. I'm being more mindful of that. Has it been challenging? Yes. Yes, it's been very challenging. Just the other day, I was sitting, I think it was like day 5. No, it was day 6. It was Saturday. And I was going through it. I was going through it because the rest of my house, they still eating chicken and pizza and all this other stuff. And so I said, well, wait a minute, hold on. I said, first of all, I wasn't feeling well on Saturday, so I didn't really feel like cooking. And that's one thing that I learned about even when you become a vegan and you start this journey, this is that you now have to cook more. It's more prepping, it's more a lot of things. Do I love cooking? Yes, I do. But I'm still searching for enough hours to be able to do that the way that I want to. And so I remember looking like, okay, let me see if I can find me a vegan pizza. Because mind you, everybody else eating pizza. And so what a vegan pizza is, make sure that they have, vegan mozzarella, that the crust is made with, almond, flour and not, processed flour, so watching and making sure, all of those things is so I can make sure that I'm staying on this challenge. And I was like, man, if I eat this, if I just go give me this and I just eat this, it just be one day, right? It's just one day. And I thought about it. I said, no, you're going to be so mad at yourself if you was to do that. You're going to be so upset with yourself if you do that, and you know it. So just try to find, if you can't find a pizza, then get some energy up and go downstairs and fix you something. That's the thing, because can't nobody else fix it. Don't nobody else know how to cook vegan food. I don't even think they want to. I don't even think they want to. And so I have to go down there and cook it myself. So what I did end up doing, I ended up making me a nice big bowl of vegetable soup. It's good, vegetable soup. And I figure, well, if I'm still not feeling good by tomorrow, which is Sunday, if I'm not feeling good by that, then I can be able to, eat that, put it in my refrigerator in my room and then put it in the microwave if I'm not, feeling up to, eating anything, on that day. But then I got up cleaning because, Monday was a solar eclipse. So, I'm trying to just clean because I wasn't able to do it on Saturday because I wasn't feeling well. So on Sunday, I got up just cleaning and forgot to eat. I forgot. I was so busy cleaning and getting the shows together for this week that I forgot to eat. I forgot to eat. But I was able to drink some water though. I drank water. But I was unable to eat because my mind was somewhere else. But that was just something that I shared. But now I am so much more, man, when I say mindful of what I put in my body, yes. The other day, oh my God, I made these vegan shrimp. And they were made from a type of mushroom. When I go look at the package, I'll share with you all later, whoever wants me to know. But it tastes like shrimp. It was so delicious. And I made it by hand, and I figured I'm doing a tea party for some of my close girlfriends on April 27th. And I'm incorporating a lot of the vegan appetizers and stuff during that time because I am so very serious about changing this into a lifestyle for me. Like this is what is like self-love is a lifestyle for me. That's going to be a lifestyle for me. And I said, if anything, I might eat fish here and there. But I know I have to take my time and do it. I can't just do it cold turkey. Even though I'm doing these 21 days right now, I probably eat some salmon or some fish like that during, for my little event. And then kind of gradually, kind of come from it and then gradually bring the household with it, along with it. But it's all about being mindful in what we eat and what we're eating, what we're eating. And what we're eating. All right, so let's do this. Let's take a quick break because I just was rambling on and on and on and on. And I don't even think I really got to talk about my notes that I had, but I had just wanted to share that story with you all now. All right, guys, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
Get ready to bloom and blossom this April with Season of Self-Love. It's a month filled with daily affirmations designed to uplift and empower you on your self-love journey. Join us as we delve deeper into these affirmations and learn how they can positively impact your daily life. Hosted by the insightful Nyomi, each episode promises to be an incredible affirmation experience. Plus, we're thrilled to have our resident therapist, Dr. Will Washington, joining us to provide expert guidance and support. Tune in daily to the Season of Self-Love podcast and let's discover together the power of self-love, affirmation, and personal growth. Don't miss out on this transformative journey. Subscribe now and start blooming into the best version of yourself. The Season of Self-Love podcast, where every day is an opportunity for growth and self-love.
All right, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today we're talking about nourishing your body, mindful eating for self-care and sustenance. With the affirmation, I mindfully nourish my body with foods that energize and sustain me. And before the break, I talked a little bit about my 20-day vegan, about me, being mindful of what I eat now, because now I'm not only eating for a purpose, but I'm also eating for prevention. And I want to share this with you all. See, throughout this beautiful month of April, it lists us use affirmations to remind ourselves of the importance of mindful eating. So personally, adopting a mindful approach to eating has revolutionized my relationship with food and it consequently with myself. So again, I am on day 12 of my 21-day vegan challenge of no meat, no sugar, no dairy. And I have 9 more days to go. So I know I got this. I know I got this. Because there is a purpose behind my eating. There's a purpose for my eating. As I said the other day, I am 10 toes down in this. I am 10 toes down in this. All right, so integrating the mindful eating into our daily lives, it might seem daunting, but it's about making small, intentional changes and start by really focusing on the taste, the texture, the aroma of your food and listen to your body's hunger and fullness cues and try to eat without distractions when possible. When I say that, it's a lot, and I can't wait until it truly starts to get warm outside, because when it's warm outside, especially last year, I spent a lot of time eating out in the back in my oasis that I was able to eat by my garden, that area, or even by the pool, because it gives me a sense of peace, a stillness, emotions right there, serenity when I'm eating. And that's something that I'm going to do quite often. I'm excited to see what grows in the garden that I can pick from the garden, wash it and clean it, and take it straight to the table, whether it be through salad or, through, making my own tomato sauce. I'm excited for that. I always say that I'm not a housewife, but I'm a wife. But I'm not a housewife. I'm not your typical housewife, but I love to cook. Honestly, I would never thought that I would be growing a garden in my backyard, but I said that's my grandmama in me. That's my grandmother in me, and I'm embracing it all. I'm embracing it all that. All right, so I do have some practical tips for mindful eating. As I share with you, some of the things that I do is especially when it's warm outside in the summertime, I go outside and I eat a lot outside in the backyard in my oasis. But here's one: eat without distraction. So when you sit down to eat, try to focus solely on your meal without any distractions, such as a TV, phone, or computer. Pay attention to the colors and the textures, the flavors and the smells of your food. And this allows you to fully experience and appreciate the act of eating. So remember before the break that I talked about, I now look at the food differently when I put it in my mouth. Is how is this going to affect my body? Is this going to help my brain muscle? Is this going to help my blood pressure? Is this going to help balance my hormones? So I think about that now. I think about that now more than ever. And it's man, when I tell you when I'm putting things in my mouth, oh my goodness. Double, tripping, washing everything down to make sure that there is no chemicals anywhere. Number 2 is to chew slowly and savor each bite. Take the time to chew your food thoroughly and savor each bite. This not only helps with digestion, but it also allows you to be more aware of the taste and the texture of the food. And put your utensils down between bites to slow down the eating process. And the last one is listen to your body. Pay attention to your body's hunger and the fullness cues before reaching for seconds. And pause and check in with yourself to see if you are truly still hungry. Eat until you are satisfied but not overly full. So by turning into your body signals, you can develop a better understanding of when and how much to eat. So variety and balance are key. So incorporating a wide range of nutrition not only supports our physical health, but it also brings joy and satisfaction to eating experience. And like I said, I cannot wait until my garden starts to bloom. And I'm praying that it will in this desert weather. But I'll definitely be vlogging about it. Definitely be vlogging about it. Yeah. I'm excited for it though. I'm truly excited for it to truly make this a lifestyle change. I can see myself in my garden, in my little flowy, white, flowy dress or sundress, or even in my little overalls. I got to find me some overalls though. Some cute little overalls and stuff like that with my nice garden hat. Yeah, I got a few around here, my nice garden hat, but I'm excited for that because just even now I'm just picturing the green cucumbers that will be created in that garden and the beautiful ripe plump tomatoes. And, I want to get some peppers back there and some carrots and some cabbage and, all of those mints. Right now I have a rosemary tree plant back there that I started last year, and it is so big. It is so big, and I use some of those herbs to cook with. I'm gonna use more now, but I got like a whole thing of sage that my two oldest daughters that they bought me different times for Christmas. So I got all of those things that got. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this brings for me, and I know that it's truly going to be a great experience for myself. And my prayer is that my family will come along with it and join me on this journey with it. So, of course, I ain't gonna leave y'all out like that. So, I got a couple of books that I'm gonna recommend to you guys that's on mindful eating. The first one is The Joy of Half a Cookie. And I think I talked about this book before when we talked about this in November, but I'm going to remind you for those who have been listening thus far and those who have not, maybe it's something new for you guys. The Joy of a Half Cookie is using mindfulness to lose weight in the struggle with food. And that's by Jean Christeller and Alyssa Bowman. This book offers practical advice on using mindfulness techniques to develop a healthier relationship with food and eating. Savor Mindful Eating, Mindful Life by Thich Nhat Hanh. And I hope I'm saying in Lillian Chong. I remember this book, written by a Buddhist monk and a nutritionist. And this book explores the concept of mindfulness in relation to eating habits and provides a guidance on how to savor each moment of the eating experience. Mindful Eating, a guide to rediscovering a healthy and joyful relationship with food by Jane Chosen Bays. So Dr. Jane Chosen Bays, a pediatrician and a Zen teacher, offers practical exercises and insights to help readers to cultivate mindfulness in their eating habits. Another one is Eating Mindfully, How to Eat Mindless Eating and Enjoy a Balanced Relationship with Food by Susan Albers. I remember this book. This book provides a step-by-step guide to developing mindful eating practices, including strategies for overcoming emotional eating and building a healthier relationship with food. You see, these books, they serve as valuable resources for anyone looking to cultivate mindfulness in their eating habits and develop a more balanced and joyful relationship with food. As I was sitting here just thinking, actually on the end of this month on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast, I have a guest that's coming on. And she does yoga lifestyle guru. And I want to make sure that I am saying her name right. I can't find my notes. Yeah, I want to make sure that I say her name right. But I'm definitely going to be, asking her questions about this because this is a part of her her lifestyle and doing this. Okay, give me a second. I'm just scrolling through because I want to make sure that I'm not getting this queen's name wrong. And I say it right because she has her own facility and everything. Shahada Kareem. Her name is Shahada Kareem. Shahada Kareem. And she is the owner of Habibi Sport. And her message is fall in love with yourself. It's so funny because when I look at it, her publicist, he's a dear friend of mine from the industry, and he has his own publishing company. So, I kind of go to him a lot when I'm looking for different talent, or he comes to me when he has some people that he feels is a great fit for Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. But I didn't even think about using her for here because actually when I asked for her, it was months ago. And this was before I was, bringing guests onto the season of self-love. And so I think I might bring her on here to just even to add on a series with this on mindful eating. That would be a really good one. So you guys let me know if you're up for that. If we do a nice little series on mindful eating, maybe we do, for a month, do 4 episodes of that. And I definitely will ask her. But I believe she has her own podcast as well. But again, her name is Shahada Kareem is her name. Yeah, that is her name. And it's Habibi Sports. And a Habibi Bath and Body. A beautiful sister. Yes, a beautiful sister. Yes. All right, my beautiful people. All right, so I want to do this right fast. I want to talk about the affirmations. So affirmation like I mindfully nourish my body with foods that energize and sustain me, they serve as powerful reminders of our commitment to self-care. So let's challenge ourselves to incorporate this affirmation into our daily routines, using it as a beacon of mindful eating and self-love. So truly think about this. Truly think about it. And remember, mindful eating is more than a practice. It's a celebration of the nourishment of our bodies that we deserve. And again, I thank you all. I thank you all for listening to me. For real, just joining me as I explore this beautiful journey of mindful eating and self-care. As I continue to go through this April. April, like I said, is a month for me of blooming and blossoming. And, as I continue to go on this self-love journey, as well as this self-discovery and all of everything that I'm doing, I truly do thank you all. And I invite you all to come in more. As I said last week, I've created a Facebook page for the Season of Self-Love, as well as a group. And I'm trying to make time to truly be active on it and put content on it. But it's the Season of Self-Love podcast. I believe that's the name of the Facebook. I have to check on it and see. But I think I'm going to put a link on with the website. But again, I thank you all. I thank you all so much for that. Just continue to be here with me in this moment, in this time. Yeah. And you guys have an amazing weekend. An amazing weekend. And continue to stay tuned for just more empowering discussions here on the Season of Self-Love. So until next time, I want you to cherish your body, embrace your journey, and always nourish your soul. Have a good one. Thank you for listening to the Season of Self-Love podcast. And we hope that you enjoyed this fun filled with inspiration, empowerment, and self-discovery. Remember, practicing self-love is a journey and not a destination. For more information and to stay connected with us, visit our website at theseasonofselflovepodcast.com. And if you have any suggestions or questions or feedback, feel free to shoot us an email at seasonofselflove@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook for daily doses of self-love tips, motivation, and community support. So join our Facebook group, The Season of Self-Love, to connect with like-minded individuals on their journey to self-discovery and self-compassion. Thank you again for being a part of our community and dedicating to nurturing self-love and embracing self-worth. So stay tuned for more exciting episodes and guests in the next season. And remember, you are worthy of love, kindness, and all the happiness in the world. So until next time, take care of yourself and spread love wherever you go. See you soon.